I am ready now.
Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
And what can we expect?
Surprises!
Engineered by Jay Timko and produced by Eric Beatty. And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Surprises.
Surprises.
Surprises. Hey, everybody. Welcome to a Thursday edition of the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Big E is here as well. Timko is here. K-Dog in the house. I don't know if he's recovered from the slams Eric put on him yesterday and his girl. It wasn't his girl, by the way.
Oh, really?
Just a friend of his.
I just assumed it was. Well, she's nonetheless. She's not. There's no way.
Did you not
That's
like
not.
her?
Why did you freaking?
I don't know where you got the idea that she was my girlfriend.
Well,
I mean, I
Into the microphone, K-Dog. God damn it!
I am at the microphone.
No, right into the front of it.
It didn't take
There
18
you go.
years to figure this shit out.
you were doing it. So.
In any case, I introduced her as Jen. At no point in time did I actually say she was my girlfriend, but typical E fashion, you just don't
Oof.
listen to anything
And
that's going
assumed.
on. Yeah.
K-Dog
Why
just
would I
hangs
do
with
it?
hot chicks, man.
Why
Could
would
just be any given night. He could have a different hot chick on his arm.
And
We
the
don't
worst
know.
part is she was like, "Oh, this Eric guy's kind of cute," but you ignored her, and so
Oof.
now
Oh, Big
I
E.
don't care.
you let it,
Now you don't care.
you let the opportunity to slip through your fingers. So,
Now does that change things? If she thought you might have been cute?
No,
It
not
doesn't?
really.
It should. See,
He's
that
so
should.
offended. He spent so much time honing his craft
Yeah.
that he's so offended by a girl who could come in and go, I could do that.
It's really offensive to suggest that she could just walk it, never.
But a
done
lot of
comedy.
people think that.
Yeah.
That's not exclusive to her.
Well,
Most people see
nonetheless.
some because when it's like doing this. When it's done right, it looks really easy. It looks like just a hang in the basement.
Yeah.
Going on stage and doing it right looks like some guy just spouting off and talking freely about something. It looks easy. That's how you know you're doing it right.
You know what this is? This is some repercussion from him losing this chair. Remember
You
how I
think
just
so?
kind of came in and said, I'll give it a whirl.
Ooh,
All of a
yeah.
sudden, my man's third chair.
Because you did come in and he kicked. His
Oh,
mic
my God.
He threw his mic away.
He's got an attitude this week.
Yeah, he's pissy.
He is really...
He was a little under the weather, so look at him. He won't even talk anymore. He relaxed.
Well, no, this suggestion that I ignored this girl. I don't even care. Like who would not assume that that's someone's girlfriend? You know, why would I not to assume that? Yeah, I
Well,
guess he didn't. Looking back, he didn't say it, but I
His
was feeling
girlfriend
like
is Robin.
shit.
You should have known that. We've
I'd
known
never. No, I did not.
We were
know
looking
that.
at his Facebook page the other night.
I wasn't really paying attention.
that. Therein lies the problem.
yeah,
I don't care. It's ridiculous. I think that's the thing. Like the fact that you guys, I think flat out anybody, you might have asked, which I didn't ask, but there's no question one of you guys would have said, "Okay, dog, is this your girlfriend?" Like, you would have assumed that was his girlfriend. Why would I assume that he was hanging out with another girl on a Monday night?
No, he would have introduced her and said, "This is Jennifer." And
Okay,
that's
yeah, he
not his
didn't say
girlfriend,
that.
Robin.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't even ever remember him saying what the name was. I don't remember that. So who cares? Why
And
would
again,
I assume that?
I think you're redirecting the anger, which should be pointed squarely at yourself. Why would you blame the victim in a comedy crowd who didn't find it
I
funny?
didn't blame her.
You're blaming the victim.
No, I
She saw a
didn't.
bad set.
See,
You
fucking
admitted
no,
she
I
saw a
didn't.
bad set.
I know, so how am I blaming
She
her?
saw a bad set. So why is the victim at fault here?
I never said that she wasn't. I flat out was the first person to say it wasn't funny. All the suggestion though that she's gonna get up there.
So
and
she
kill
agreed
it.
with you. Basically, she agreed with you,
I don't
and yet
agree.
she's still.
No, I don't agree that she's gonna get up and kill it. She's gonna that watching that night was enough to say that I can do that.
Clearly,
Very
it says
arrogant.
it was so bad that it was like even I could go up there and do that.
Well, I'd
I
like
don't
to
even
see
need
it.
practice.
I want to see her do comedy sometime.
I could go up there and stumble about and look at the back wall. Doesn't look so hard.
Yeah, I don't like to look at the stage. For some
No, you don't. You got to change that. You got to make eye contact with the crowd. Nah,
I'm gonna. No, I don't care.
nah. Don't need to do that, do you?
No, I figure I'll make it or I won't, depending on how I do it. So.
Is Jen up for the challenge of maybe trying a stand-up routine one night?
I actually think she is up for the challenge. We can let her speak for herself. We can arrange this.
All right.
We can get her on the phone if you
A
want.
little competition.
Phone would be bad. You'd have to. I mean, I'm just saying.
Would
don't
you be
say-
willing to take her on a open mic night one day?
an actual open mic somewhere where there's people,
Yeah.
yeah, I would have no problem doing the same place that she did.
Or we could bring her in here, give her a 5-minute set, give you a 5-minute set. With,
No, I wouldn't do it here.
Why?
Because
I
it would
won't
be-
heckle you, I promise.
It'd be like 8 Mile. He'd run off stage.
Whatever.
Ooh, that hurt.
Mm.
Because I wouldn't heckle you or her.
I don't know. I just whatever.
Or maybe
I don't
just
have
you.
anything else to say. But
All right.
There's just no
That's a
way.
first.
And I don't care. I don't even give a fuck that I didn't say it was her girlfriend. Who cares? I think everyone would make that assumption. And I think you guys sit there and hammer me on shit that everybody would do. Just like Jay, when I walk in, oh, haven't seen those pants before.
Yeah.
Oh, have I seen those jeans before?
Dude,
Oh,
I
fucking
didn't
same
say-
hat.
He's got a point there, Jay.
I didn't say anything about the pants. I wasn't the one.
Okay, well, Timko did it. But y'all
Oof.
y'all piled on. I mean, y'all certainly didn't mind doing it.
I didn't. I don't think I did.
I'm gonna start.
Maybe
You
I
wear the
did.
same jean shorts every day, Timko.
I have worn the sweatshirt before.
Yeah, you've worn
I'll
it
take that.
I've
several
seen that.
times.
You've never seen me in the same thing twice.
That's not. You do a pretty
He
good
does
job.
have, he does have a damn pile of fucking hoodies, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do.
You do that. I probably could wear more if I wanted to. I just get lazy.
You got your 2001 finalist cross country. How'd that go, by the way?
Well, good actually, because this wasn't even the year I ran. This was the year before I ran. So
Do they always run in Brooklyn? I noticed that they
Yeah.
did it this year too. Yeah.
it's been. I mean, I don't know if they've done it forever, but they've been doing it. God, probably at least 20 years or so.
Hmm.
It's just because to have that many schools at one place, it's they want to have an area where you can actually get people to be able to watch the end and
Gotcha.
So,
All right, enough piling on Eric. Yeah, it's the Detroit Cast Thursday edition of the show, and we got a lot to get to today.
Dare I say,
a big show?
a big show.
All right, we could say that. We've got some more on Ray Rice. That appeal is starting today or yesterday. The Nigerian girls, GLJ 69. Little update there. Good news and bad news. I'll ask you what you want.
Happily married.
Yeah. The Philly abduction, they've released another video there. Also, Eric Freen. We'll get to Eric Freen in just a minute. Get your war bonds, folks. Did you go and vote in the for
Yep.
the midterms yesterday?
Hey,
Yep.
wait a minute! Isn't Jay the new Supreme Court?
It's under protest. Got
Yeah.
a recount going right now.
Demanding a recount, are you?
If you ask, because you know there was at least one.
No,
in there,
you can't
they
demand a
They
recount.
can't demand a recount on a write-in candidate.
Yeah.
Listen, I know for a fact I've
I
got
got
3
two.
votes.
It's
I
gotta
know
be
for a fact.
What you could call up Fox 2 and be like, you want your name at the bottom of the list when they're going through.
You're right.
with
1%.
0.00001%. J Detroit.
although the
Cast.
problem is not your real last name. I mean, it is.
J Detroit
or
Cast.
whatever.
Do you want to tell us who you voted for?
I did Zara and I did
You did?
Viviano for Supreme Court.
He's got a small nose.
those were coming.
Zara.
Does he?
No, I'm just kidding. Is Zara? Wait, Redford, Viviano, and Zara.
Mm-hmm.
2 of them will get in, and then the
Correct.
blind justice for all.
No, I won't bore you with the details, but Viviano was an appointee for Hathaway, got thrown in jail halfway through her term, so
Yeah.
he finished it, so he had to run in the next election. That's the rule. So he has to run in the next election against challengers. He killed in that, so he will get to finish that term.
Okay.
Zara-
Which one was that?
Viviano.
That was Viviano.
So
okay.
he had like 66%.
He's the guy with
or
the
something.
gray hair.
No, he's bigger nose guy,
Okay.
younger guy.
And Zara has
Zara's
the
more
gray.
grayish,
Okay. Okay.
So then Zara is the dude I used to work for years ago.
Okay.
The justice.
Dude. The dude.
The gentleman.
Did you like him? Was he a good
Great
dude?
guy. Great
Really?
guy. Yeah. So he's good. And then Bernstein, yeah, will be the second one from that.
Did you vote for the blind justice for all?
No, dude.
No. Did you write yourself in?
I did not.
You should have. I did not go vote, proudly.
You're an ass.
I'm in the majority.
59% majority, right?
That's right. You're in the minority of 41% that went and voted. You know what? The more I thought about it, because you almost had me feeling guilty, like it was my duty to go out and vote.
Sort of is.
And
You're un-American?
Duty is a fitting word because I hate all of them. That's the problem I have. That's why I don't get motivated to go out and do it. I feel like it's like going into a restaurant and someone saying,
You gotta pick something.
let me tell you what the specials are today. We've got a heaping pile of dog shit here, sprinkled with a light pillow of pubes, and then on this one we've got
A greasy pork sandwich served in a dirty ashtray.
I was thinking a 6-inch seared
Panoose?
Stock with uncirced, with a fresh pillow of light pubes and a hint of whiz on top of it all. And like, what would you choose? Which one? And it's like,
In a bed of genital warts.
yes. No, I don't want either of those things.
I
don't
agree,
want
man.
either of them. They're all pieces of shit. None of them give a shit about you or me or this country. It's about themselves, and it's just the same horse shit over and over.
I've never felt more like that than I do now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, it's just increased for me over the years. Gotten
Yeah.
more and more cynical, more and more frustrated.
Is that because we're getting older, or just we're getting a
I
little
think so.
wiser?
I think you see these cycles, and you're just like, and I think just nationally, it's worse than it's ever been.
It's a joke.
You know, everybody is on one side or the other.
Yeah.
And
Sitting on their hands as if they can't agree with the other side, no
Yeah.
matter what is
so
said.
now the Republicans control Congress. You think anything's going to get done now?
Absolutely
Nothing was
not.
getting done before.
Absolutely not.
You know. So
Nothing.
the last 2 years of Obama's presidency will just be
as
more
lame a
log
duck as you
jam
can
and
get.
yeah,
Totally. And now
waste of time.
he's given a, I don't know, 6-hour press conference this afternoon, going on and on about, well, the country has spoken, and so I can't wait to get started working with the Congress and
Yeah.
the Senate. It's like, really, asshole?
All the
really?
bullshit you have to say.
Yeah, and it's all, I want
Just
to
so he can go,
congratulate.
look, I'm the one that wants to work, you know, and work
Enough.
together. They're the ones who don't want to. Then the other side gets up. We want to work together too. Okay,
Yeah.
and then you don't.
And what did, like, honestly, what did the Republicans run on? The Republicans ran on, we're not him.
Yeah.
We're not Obama. And even the Democrats were like, oh, we're not Obama either. Like, no, that was their platform. It just seemed ridiculous to me, and I had no interest in going and playing the game. You know, I know that sounds bad or un-American, but I feel like it's such horseshit. And you knew the Republicans were going to clean house last night.
Well, for us personally, it was more local relevance. You know,
Yeah.
the judges we talked about, the
who I
governor.
don't know either.
Yeah, but
I mean,
I-
I'd be voting blind. I'd be going like I've always said. If you wanted to win an election, just change your name.
Yeah,
change
Scotty
your name
Bowman.
to Steve Eiserman. Scotty Bowman. I voted for him every time he was on the ballot because it was like Scotty Bowman.
Well, here's the thing too. I didn't vote for in several of the categories because I don't know some of the names, and so I'm just not going to be like, oh, straight ticket, you know, and they're
Yeah.
going to get my vote. I don't want guys, because it matters in future elections, even if they don't win them. You know, they tally votes and they'll present it to the party down the line. Hey, look, you know, I ran last time and I got X
20%.
amount. You know, I should be your guy now.
Yeah.
And I don't want to just blindly give people
But I think
votes,
most
so-
people do, don't they? They think of it like a test and they
Either-
just fill shit out.
Yeah, and they look for an Irish sounding name if you're talking about judges.
Yeah.
It's incredible how many Irish, their name is Kavanaugh or Fitzgerald. Or whatever.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
Just traditionally,
Huh.
that's been the way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's stupid, dude. And
I mean,
and,
honestly, if you saw Steve Eiserman on the ballot, wouldn't you just vote for him?
no,
But I think most people would.
right.
And I admit it, I'm stupid. I'm not smart. I don't know who Steve Eiserman is outside of the Wings player. But if I saw Steve Eiserman on a ballot, even if it was misspelled,
Yeah.
Eyeserman, like Steve Eiserman, I vote for him.
Or as President Clinton would say, Steve Azirman. Remember that?
Yeah, the captain, Steve Eiserman.
And Steve Azirman.
How could you screw that up? Ugh.
But dude,
Ridiculous.
bottom line, you gotta minimally educate yourself on this shit. You see me glance at you.
Yeah. You could have glanced
In a
at me
minimal.
too.
In a minimal.
In a minimal.
Dude, minimally fucking educate yourself on this shit and go fucking take part in it. I mean, come on, people.
41%.
It's I get that everybody's frustrated. I'm as frustrated as anybody. I'm as cynical as anybody at this point.
So what research did you do?
You just read a little bit about them on the blurbs in the major newspapers, or
Yeah.
you know, you just know from listening for the last 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, which is all just such bullshit too. The campaigns to like shit on each other are so over the top.
Mhm.
He voted for he voted to have schoolgirls raped. Like it just no he didn't. No he didn't. Stop mixing up what was really voted on and acting like some minuscule thing in the bottom of a big bill
Yeah.
on shit was what he voted for.
Or you take one. I think it was Snyder who was using the blurb from his challenger where he was like, "Yeah, I'm not prepared to talk about that."
Oh yeah, was
Just
it?
fucking nailed him with that the whole campaign.
Yeah.
It could have been anything, you know.
All he said was, "I'm not prepared," and
Yeah.
they just kept looping
Yeah,
that.
I'm not
was
prepared.
it? Which
I'm
one was
not
it?
prepared.
Was it Shower?
Yes.
Shower.
Yeah.
Mark Shower. I'm not prepared, and he could have said anything. I'm not prepared to talk about tampons, but it was like, he's not prepared to talk about roads. He's not
It actually was something relevant, but the context of it, man. I mean, where was this guy walking out of a restaurant or something?
Yeah,
you know,
he's
like,
wearing
look,
a winter hat
Yeah.
and sunglasses. Looks like he's at a
It's crazy.
tailgate party.
I know.
It's just so stupid.
Yeah, it's
So
a
that
big fucking game.
Yeah, it is a giant game, and you know it's not going to change, and that's the most frustrating part. Like, at some point, do you think it's possible? And it is possible because of the times we're living in with social media. A revolution is probably going to happen at some point. I just keep going back to that guy they stuffed in the garbage can.
Yeah.
Where was that, in Europe?
Yeah, that was Eastern Europe somewhere, right?
Wouldn't you love to see that? Like, people just storm the
Yes.
Capitol and just, like, grabbing dudes in suits and stuffing them in a fucking can. It's like, no, dude, your days are over. And
Rubbing
just,
garbage on his head.
Yes.
That was awesome.
as he's trying to get up, just keep
Yep.
stuffing him back down. Like, no, you get out of here. We're redoing this whole thing. And if there was one guy, I would have voted for Rob Ford. Just because he's such a douchebag. Like, I want someone to come up there. I don't want some guy. It's creepy to me when you see some guy who's perfect in every way. He's got 2.3 kids
Yeah.
and a dog and a picket fence. Like, dude, you are so out of touch with reality.
I thought about that when I forget who I saw, but it was a person standing at the podium, had their family all around them. It's probably Snyder, actually. And there was a little boy, maybe 5, 6, 7 years old, in a little suit, little white kid sitting there in his little suit and tie, and you're just like,
perfectly coiffed hair.
"Give me a break, man."
It just looks fake, and it's like this idea that everybody is perfect in every way, and,
Yeah.
and we're trying to find holes. Like, well, when he was 16, he smoked a joint, says this guy. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, okay, so that means maybe he was sort of human at one time in his life. Like, if some guy came up and went, you know what, I'm just going to put it all out there. I've done a ton of drugs. I haven't done them in years, but when I was growing up, I lived a rock star life. It was awesome. I had, lots of girls I dated. I have more respect
I think
for
there's
that
more
dude.
and more of that coming.
Probably.
And in particular with judges, they had to be lily white, totally clean,
Yeah.
20 years ago. And I think with the Clinton, I smoked marijuana, but I didn't inhale. I think
Yeah.
that was a big moment where
Huge.
people, kind of, okay, these guys
It
aren't
became a joke.
mannequins, but that sort of broke that wall, I think, a little bit. To
Mhm.
then George W. Bush was a known cocaine user, right?
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
was Obama.
yeah. So,
And a smoker,
yeah,
hiding his cigarette
Big-time
habit.
smoker.
I mean, he might still smoke.
Barry.
Barry. Barry.
I don't know. I knew him as Barry.
Yeah. The smoking cokehead.
Mr. President.
Yeah, Mr. Prez. But yeah, dude, I hope you're right, and I think you're right too, that those days are coming. You're starting to see guys like in jeans now, not quite so buttoned
Yeah.
up, and I don't know. To me, it's creepy to see some guy faking like he's perfect
Yeah,
when you know that guy's just feverishly beating off at home to strange chicks, and,
totally. Yeah.
and who knows what other shit is in their closet, because everybody's got that stuff. And it just seems very un-American to be so perfect and trying to come off so perfect all the time. It's not believable. And everything about them is full of shit.
And if you are that socially retarded to be that perfect and to have never, gone through the things that
Yeah.
we did when we were kids,
Yes.
or most everybody has,
Mm-hmm.
then how are you prepared, better than others to run this thing?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
you don't have certain life experiences that you ought to.
Yes, I completely agree. Totally. Well, it's interesting. And as we both know, nothing's going to change, unfortunately. But
Nope.
maybe that day will come sooner than later, because there is another generation coming up that doesn't seem to be interested in the stuffed shirt.
I think there's going to be
guy.
a demand for more centrists. I think people are tiring of all the way to the left, all the way to the right,
Yeah.
and no movement.
Yeah.
That's just a sense. I mean,
Could you see Rand Paul sneaking in there? I mean,
Yeah.
he's more Republican leaning than his father,
yeah,
but I don't know. That guy got farther. His father got farther than most people would have thought.
oh, for sure, man.
So I don't know. Change has to be coming though, because so many people are frustrated that you can't keep having these elections where majority of the population can't be bothered to vote because
Yeah.
they just know it's bullshit. They know it's a game, and these politicians couldn't give a shit less about you or anything but themselves.
It's their job. Their job is to then get reelected to another term and keep the thing going, feed their family, and hold this status and get their pension.
It was never meant to be a job, was it? It wasn't supposed to. It was a duty to the service to the country almost.
Right.
And like this idea of these career politicians is so against.
Yeah, the guys early on, the framers and stuff, they kind of toggled between roles, and took on different things. And one was, you
candlestick maker by day.
Fuck yeah! I mean Ben Franklin. You look at all the shit that dude did, right?
Yeah.
And he was what number president? Ben Franklin. Come on.
What?
What number president was Ben Franklin?
I don't know.
He wasn't. He was never president. God damn it!
I know.
He's not listening.
I know. You did not know that.
Yeah, I did.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Why didn't you answer it? If you knew the right answer.
Because you know what? I hate when fucking people.
He was doing his best.
Al Sharpton. Airball.
Dude, I hate when people. I'm not gonna sit there and get like some demeaning question that he knows he's asked me several times. Like I get it. I know he's not. Okay, one time I fumbled up. I think a lot of people probably, if you asked 100 people, I bet you could get at least 90 people to give a number for what President Ben Franklin was.
90, no.
I think so. I think most people probably assume was a president.
You should do what Jay does in that situation where you feel like that. Just go, don't patronize me.
That was my way of doing it. That was my way of doing it, I guess.
But see, it works better on a microphone, not to just sit there mute, but to go, don't patronize me.
Well, okay, whatever, I guess.
And then we can decide to ask the follow-up and prod more, or just leave it alone.
Yeah, why are you in such a bad mood today?
I'm not in a bad mood.
Yes,
this
you
is
are.
A very, very moody day for E.
It's a very aggressive E today. You're being very aggressive. I feel the hostility in you.
No.
What did I do? He's got something against. He keeps going like this to me. Like,
what did I do?
You.
Nothing.
Both of us. Do you feel the hostility in the room?
I feel uncomfortable.
I think you guys are making up hostility, and now that makes
Listen to you. You're never like this. You're usually jovial and happy and funny and talking about hookers and how much you love Jay. And here you are. Rah, 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 you're barking at everybody. You're refusing to talk.
I'm not.
The hostility's written all over your face.
I don't know what to say now. I don't know.
Apologize to Jay for snapping at him.
I'm not apologizing.
I think you owe Jay an apology.
No, I'm good.
I feel really bad right now.
Well,
I've been snapped at. I've been glared at.
Here, E, you want to do this? Will this make you feel better?
No, I'm fine, dude. What is
No! I'm asking.
I don't want to read that. No, I'm still stuffed up, man. I feel like an ad.
Insubordinate? Is that what you call that?
Borderline.
Yeah.
Insubordination?
I'll read it. I mean, whatever, but I don't like reading.
They're our new advertiser, and you should do
it with... Think it through. Don't read it. Just go. Think it. Go.
Yeah, you're an improv guy.
Come on.
No, see, now this
You better do a good read.
Paraphrase it. Just go. Go.
No,
don't even think. Go. Ready? Go.
Fuck you. Here.
God. Insubordination. Insubordination.
Absolutely. Bald face.
You're reading it. I'm not going to lose this battle. You're reading that today.
Okay.
God damn it!
Right now?
Yes, right now.
Right now. No, in 23 minutes.
I don't want to fucking do this now.
What is wrong with you?
Dude,
I don't know.
Nothing's wrong with me, dude.
Yes. Read it. It's a commercial. Come on, I'm giving you a chance to read a commercial.
Stupid doing
a couple of years ago, you would have murdered someone for the opportunity to read a commercial.
Remember when Mike was out and I sat in Mike's chair and I looked at you and you brought those two in that you wrote and you did a great bang-up job. Remember the apple orchard you talked about? You spoke about the cider, S-I-D-E-R? You remember that? Or was it S-Y-D-E-R?
I don't remember.
Sitter?
I think it's S-Y-D-E-R.
I don't have to defend my spelling, for one, by the way. I don't really get.
You don't. Thank God you spell the way you do.
Dude, this is just too weird now. I feel on the spot now.
Fine, you want me to do it?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
No, don't let him out of this. No, just do it, man. Go.
Remember, if you listen to the Detroit cast and you're fuck you. Fine.
What happened?
Are you reading it? Yeah. Oh God. Well, I'm reading it.
What happened? No.
I'm not reading it then.
Read it, you son of a bitch.
I'm stuffed up.
You're not stuffed up. You're fine.
There was literally a moan in the first sentence of reading it.
I was reading something else. I wasn't even talking to you. Yeah, you got to plow through.
I don't want to.
Start from the top. From the top. Come on, you can do this. You can do this. I have faith in you.
I know I can read. Thank you. I don't want to do this now, man.
You were wasting time.
Okay.
Yeah, about the weathery. What do you think?
I don't know.
It's unseasonably warm. It was nice
No.
today, wasn't it?
I know.
Nice, bright, sunny day.
Yeah, it was.
We'll get back to the show in a moment, folks.
What do you want me to do here?
The commercial.
Okay, well. Okay. Remember, if you listen to the Detroit Cast and you're in the market for a new car, make a trip out to Zott Ford. They can save you. Yeah, fuck that. I'm done then. Fine. You read it yourself, man.
What are you talking? I'm reading another
No,
story
you're
over
not
here.
reading another story. You're
From the top.
No, I'm not reading it from the top.
I'm doing nothing more than filling out an employee warning notice. So go ahead.
I don't care, man. You gonna take away my salary? Uh-oh.
Description of infraction: being prickly and a dick.
Oh.
Plan for improvement. Don't be prickly or a dick. Consequences: an ass beating.
Ooh.
I don't know if that would that pass HR.
An ass beating and subsequent turtle.
I don't think that would pass HR, man.
It might.
I'm going to hand this to
I'm
you.
HR.
I want you to review it. If there's anything you see that's inaccurate, I want you to point it out. If
Everything
not,
on it?
And then I'll judge to see if it's warranted or baseless.
This would be substandard work,
Insubordination.
violation of company policies, rudeness to coworkers, well, bosses, and other. Go ahead and sign that, E.
Not signing
Go
that.
ahead.
Not signing that.
Go ahead.
Put insubordination in
I
there
don't-
too, Jay,
I
because he
don't-
refuses to sign
I
it.
don't agree with any of these
All right, give it
charges.
to me. Give it to me.
I don't agree with-
Insubordination. Not following details.
Asshole refuses to sign.
I don't agree with any of those.
Okay, going in the file.
Okay.
In the file, not the Astronom file, the E file that's getting
E-file.
thick. It's the E file.
Quite a
Commercial.
few
Go.
of these recently.
You're on, E.
Go.
Go, E. Go. And go.
What do?
Oh my god.
Go.
Remember, if you listen to the Detroit Cast and you're in the market for a new car, make a trip to Zott Ford, and they can save you $500 on your trade-in when you tell them the Detroit Cast sent you, or Asshole J. Plus, Zott Ford has an award-winning service department as well. You can save 10% on your repairs too if you tell them the Detroit Cast or Jerk J sent
Reading
you.
over there, Jay.
A fun, good-time dealer with the hottest sales staff in Oakland County. Zott Ford in Holly, Michigan, just off I-75.
What'd you do, you sick son of a bitch?
Young man, I'm making you my executive vice president.
Perfect, E. Well done.
Was that it? Did you finish it?
That was it.
Good job, dude. Very good job. Better than I've done. Better than Jay's done.
For sure.
It's great. We'll have you do them all now.
Fine. I'll do them all. I don't care.
Yes, you do. It just took 20 minutes to get you to do that one.
Yeah.
I'd knock that shit off if I was you.
Yes, exactly. The file's getting big, E. File's getting
Fuck
big.
happened to you, man?
Used to be playful, excited to be here now.
I am. I was very excited to be here today.
Little disruptive, combative. The things that come to mind. It used to be
I have
lovable.
8 different bosses right now.
You do. It used to be fun-loving, humorous. Now it's
There was
combative
a
and
fun-loving
disruptive.
side to him,
I
wasn't
know.
there?
People love
It's
that about
missing.
him.
Something happened. Did he get hit in the head?
Maybe. The wanted poster? Maybe.
Oh my God.
You feeling the heat? Are people picking you out in public?
That does look dangerously like me.
I know, that hair. You should grow
What's
your hair.
going on, man?
I could do that right now if I straightened my hair and just didn't put it up.
Shit, Negro. That's all you had to say.
When I make a mistake, I have 8 different people coming by to tell me about it.
Yeah, I hear that.
Hey, Eric Freen. My boy, Eric Freen.
Bring
Get
our
your
boys
warm-ups.
home.
Bring our boys home. Did you see his hangar? They've released pictures from his hangar.
I did see that.
The
He had
airplane hangar.
quite the stash going on.
He is the worst survivalist ever. He wasn't a survivalist. He just packed up some shit and went on the way
Took a
down.
computer with him.
He had a computer and a little ham radio.
Bunch of tuna fish.
Yeah, they contact lenses, first aid supplies, toilet paper, a book of the New Testament. Is "Thou shalt not kill" in the New Testament?
I think it is.
Yeah, I thought so too. A religious plaque, even
Wait a minute.
DVDs.
Thou shalt not kills in the. It's not in the New Testament. It would
No?
have been in the.
Oh, that's true. It
In
would
the
be in
Old
the
Testament.
old, and so he probably didn't read that.
Oh, so
Yeah.
he wasn't aware of that one.
Wow,
So
yeah.
we'll let him off with the technicality then.
the 10 Commandments were in the Old Testament.
All right.
I'm sure.
I'm sure it comes
a-
up, but I mean,
as it was written.
I'm just saying it didn't.
Does it come up at no point in the New
Right.
I'm
Testament?
not saying it doesn't, but I'm just saying it doesn't. That's not what it was.
Oh, that's a good point.
Well,
Or was it Leviticus?
Ooh.
I don't know. No, it's
Deuteronomy?
I don't know where it was, but I just
What
know.
Deuteronomy?
What do?
Deuteronomy. The long list of supplies reveals how prepared he was to survive a manhunt. He was going to run out of those supplies at some point, right? They also found cooking supplies, including pots, a propane stove, silverware, seasoning, soy sauce, salt, pepper.
Just living on the land, wasn't he?
Yeah. He'd stored maps, a radio, multiple piece of camouflage clothing, a raincoat, binoculars, matches, twine, and more. He also appeared prepared to keep up good hygiene. He had
Did he have floss?
he had a dental kit, dental supplies, they say, a
He had
shaving
floss,
kit,
for sure.
nail clippers.
Really?
Yes.
What an ass.
And laundry detergent.
what?
Yes.
So was he just living in there the whole time?
I guess. I don't know. Well, they found stuff out in the Poconos
I
Mountains.
remember that.
But they that could have been stashed there too to throw people off. This hangar, I guess, has been closed for like 16 years.
Yeah, and he was
And-
out for what, 7 weeks?
Yeah, was it 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that? From September, well, whatever it
What's
was.
the end game for him? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll never find me here.
Yeah. Well, and they didn't for weeks. How did they find him? Someone called, right? Someone called and said,
I
"I
don't know,
got some
man.
over here."
I don't know.
But look at that piece of shit hangar.
Better than living outside, though.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Look at him, though. All beat up and shit. They took his face and just scraped it across the ground, didn't they?
Yeah.
Pounded him and
They say he did that himself.
Oh, sure.
Because I guess he came out with his hands up and just surrendered. I still think someone gave him a little beat down.
Oh, they at the very least, shoved his face into the concrete.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
He still
As
looks
they're
like
cuffing
he still looks like right out of the 40s. He does. Not quite as much as his military style photo. It looks like he's right out of the war bonds age.
For sure.
Look at that.
The other one, though, he just looks like a bad guy out of the 40s.
Hi, I'm Eric Freen. I'll be back from the war in no time, dames. See? Young Freen will be home soon. He's the cat's meow ladies. This guy gives me the heebie-jeebies. Look at that dude. He looks like a gangster in that one. You're right. He's what we'd call a drugstore cowboy. Hangs out on street corners waiting for chicks. Yeah. Do you think they'll give him the death penalty?
They're trying, right?
I think
got
so.
it there? Pennsylvania? Dude, he flat out sniped 2 cops.
Yeah. Pretty lousy shot, too. You can't snipe 2 guys and kill them. He only killed one of them.
The whole time they're talking about what a great marksman he is.
Yeah. Says his dad.
Yeah.
Who taught him how to shoot. Oh, God, what an asswipe. So, yeah, there he is. His hair was growing out. Longer than his war bonds photo.
He's got kind of that sheeny look to his hair. He could take a comb and just kind of comb it, like a Eddie Haskell or whatever.
The greaser.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does look like he's got that greaser. You think that's just from not showering? Although he had his kits with him.
He's well flossed. His gums are taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
No gingivitis.
Don't you wish they would have knocked a couple teeth out of him?
Yeah.
And they're going after him hard. If you're gonna murder someone, don't do a cop. They don't like that. They really don't like when you kill cops.
Did he leave a manifesto or anything like that? Did he really explain himself as to?
They did find a notebook. So he had a diary.
Where did
He had a diary like E. 14-page note, type pages with random prayers along with various ammunition. They said a 14-page note. They recovered Freen's notebooks. So a 14-page note, type pages. So it's probably a lot of ramblings. Most
counts
of the time.
as a manifesto, no?
Right? Yeah, sure.
Like Johnny Depp and Crybaby.
Yeah.
Same kind of hair falling down.
Yeah. greasy look. Yeah. Anyway, they've charged him with first-degree murder, homicide of a law enforcement officer, attempted murder, and possession of weapons of mass destruction. I don't know what those would be. And one of those is the one that carries the death penalty. Is it the homicide of a law enforcement officer?
Sure, yeah.
So
what happened to the other guy? The other guy was critically injured? Is he...
I think he's okay, isn't he? I thought he was out of the hospital now.
Yeah, I thought he was all right. I'll double check.
Yeah. Did he take it in the throat?
I'm having trouble remembering. Like,
yeah, it was so
when it
long
first
ago.
happened. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a story here too that I don't know. You know, a lot of these people will post pictures on some of these sites and act like they've committed a crime. It turns out to be bullshit.
The 4chan deal.
The 4chan deal, yeah. But this one there seems like a little more, and I don't know. You be the judge, but they had graphic photos posted anonymously. Is the focus of an investigation in this woman's death. So this guy posts a picture of a dead woman, looks like she's been strangled, and says, check the news for Port Orchard, Washington in a few hours. Her son will be home from school. He'll find her, then call the cops. I just wanted me. I bought a BB gun that looks realistic enough. When they come, I'll pull it, and it will be suicide by cop. I understand the doubts. Just check the fucking news. I have to lose my phone now. And then there's this... They go to this house. There's a dead woman there. The kid came home and called 911. So I don't know, man. If this is a hoax, it's a pretty good one. This is in South Kitsap. Where is that? Where's South Kitsap?
No idea.
Yeah. Yeah. God damn it.
Sounds like it flat out is not a hoax. I mean, what would just the fact that it's on the internet and people have pulled this shit before?
Yeah. Well, maybe you can find the pictures from it.
I don't want to see the pictures.
Well, I saw it. It's a naked chick. You get to see some titties. It's just a naked girl in her 30s.
Dead titties.
Dead titties, but not cold dead titties.
If that makes sense.
Yeah. But he wrote something like, strangling someone's harder than you think. And then she put up a hell of a struggle or something, and people are writing things like timestamp. Like they wanted a timestamp on the pictures to show that they were new. Like they were immediately like suspicious. Yeah, I know. So
isn't it weird that people are just on these sites like ready for a chat like that?
It's weird.
Like, whoa, what's this guy got? Whoa, dead lady pictures. Whoa, hey man, give me a timestamp on that. You know what I mean?
Kitsap, Washington State. So Northwest. I had this story pulled upstairs with the actual transcript of the post. Like people were screenshotting it so that you could see it because it got pulled down.
Mm-hmm.
But you could see the couple pictures he posted and the back and forth from people who were doubting it and like, why'd you do that, dude? It's just so
why'd you do
that? Yeah, it's weird. It's weird, but maybe can you find it there, E? Are you looking for it? Okay, see if you can find it.
Wouldn't doubt it, man. Just yet another,
psychopath. You think? What's that?
Is it still upstairs?
It might be on my laptop up there.
I'll find it. Just another sick way to get attention and
yeah, but
post it, see what people think.
And they did send more police over, fearing that there was going to be a shootout with some dude, but it was anonymously posted, so I don't know if they know where he is or what, but scary. I don't know. I don't know what to think. People are so weird, though. It wouldn't surprise me. And the chick is dead. So, and the photos were posted before the time when the kid called police.
There you go, man.
Yeah, it was like 2 o'clock. The pictures were posted, and the kid got home at like 3:26 and called 911. They were there by 3:32.
Damn.
Yeah. So I don't know if it comes out that it's fake or something. Well, so be it. But anyway, have you followed this chick out of Michigan, murder trial, who she plotted to have her former boyfriend bludgeoned to death to collect this $1.5 million insurance
Was
policy.
it $1.5 million? I thought it was like $500,000. I remember reading that thinking, really? For that little amount? But okay, $1.5 million, that makes more sense. Makes a little more sense, I guess.
Yeah, I saw it on the news. they said 1.5 million, and the story I have also says 1.5 million. You would hope people don't realize how fast $500,000 goes.
Sure.
When they're killing people. Like, it sounds like a lot of money, but it's just not that much money. I mean, it is, but it isn't. Oh shit! Who's calling us? God damn it! Hey, Timko, can you
Rachel
answer
the
that?
realtor.
I'm thinking maybe it's the limo dude.
Oh.
Maybe. Oh, there they are.
I don't want to see that.
No, trust me, I'm weirded out
Dude.
by those more than you are. Way more, and it's just not that gruesome. I mean, it's gruesome because it's supposedly a dead body, but
I can tell from here. It's
who was it?
It's telemarketer.
Oh, god damn it! So
a certain health system wanted to know if you're interested in receiving health alert updates by way of text messaging, they can accommodate you.
no, thanks.
Okay.
Thank you though. I appreciate your concern. I'll pass on that though. Marianne Castorena. She's 40 years old. Plotted to kill Jose Hernandez. His body was found frozen, buried in the snow near his car in January. She wrote a letter laying out how the killing would happen. She claims, though, that she was writing a movie script. Yeah, with exact details.
This happened before, I feel like. I feel like there was a 2020 or a 60 Minutes or something like that where a guy
There was
writing a horror movie, and I feel like something about putting the body in the sewer or something.
Oh, really? And then he got caught because
Yeah. Like, oh, it's just, this wasn't me. I was just writing the script, and so that's her claim, though, huh?
Yeah, it's a movie
It's
script
not
and
a
a book.
confession.
Yeah, but it happened exactly. She claims that she overheard a conversation of sorts, and that's where. So what are you plagiarizing someone else's? Like, it doesn't make. And she's gonna go down for this. She's pled not guilty. This idea, though, this happens, and there was a 2020 or a Dateline I saw, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, where this woman, oh, I know what it was. She was some guy, she stole this guy's identity, her ex-boyfriend, and he just didn't want to be with her anymore. She was kind of nutty, and so he broke up with her, and she's like, your life is over. And then she called and claimed that he beat the shit out of her. Cops show up at his house, arrest him. She's punched herself in the face, given herself some marks. She goes, destroys his credit online, has him brought up on child porn charges.
Dude.
Like, dude, she went out of her way for like a year, planned this whole thing out, and fucking destroyed this guy's life. To this day, he can't get a credit card, or he's still on like multiple lists of shit. But they went to her house because he was like, this is bullshit. They keep arresting him, pulling him over, arresting him. And she had notebook after notebook detailing everything she did. Everything she did to him, she'd written down.
Dumbass.
How stupid are people? Like, if you're going to pull shit like that, like, if you're going to call a hitman to kill your spouse, just automatically assume it's a cop.
Totally. If you're meeting a guy in a Walmart parking lot,
Yes.
It's
It's
big
just,
guy with a Kitterman.
Yeah. Just assume. Look for a badge on his hip because it's going to be a cop. Like,
Yeah.
These people that are like hanging out and go, Jay, do you know anyone that can help me kill my ex? Like, you're going to go, yeah, I know a guy, and hook me up with some dude, and nobody's going to go to the cops.
Yeah, that guy, right. The guy who gets called is going to be like, very likely, like, that's fucking weird. I'm not going to kill somebody and then he's going to go right to the cops.
And then you go have meetings with the guy as if the guy that's going to do this is going to want you having all this information about him. It's ridiculous. But we see it all the time where these plotting
fools, man.
Fools. Talking gets people in trouble. Writing shit down gets people in trouble. And computer searches. Just imagine everything about you is going to be scoured.
Well, that's why I can't wait for the Pigman case.
Yeah, because we're going to get a lot there.
Pigman is going to be awesome.
Did you show Sid breasts? That's going to happen like 6 times from that day alone.
The nude, erect penis.
Penis.
God, I can't wait for that Pigman case.
When's it coming? It should have been here by now, right?
Remember Big E was looking at this up a couple weeks ago, and he wasn't quite sure because of the procedures.
I don't know. Yeah, actually.
So anyway, they had opening statements for this Castorena, and they told juries the case involved greed and selfishness. She pled guilty in August to, or the guy that did the murder is 19 years old. He's admitted to the murder and says, yeah, she asked me to do it. So it's going to be, they've given him a lower, they've struck a plea deal with him to testify.
Did you say what
against
she
her.
paid him, the hitman?
I don't know if that she did pay him. Yeah.
Just paid him in beegers or something?
Yeah, maybe. She's
God.
not, I wouldn't want a beeger from her. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I'm all for a beeger. I really am. But even I have my standards, right?
Indeed.
Why don't we take a quick timeout?
Let E get his wits about him.
Yeah. Yep.
Get his feet under him.
And then we'll talk a little bit about the person of interest they haven't got yet.
Philly abduction?
Yeah, the Philly abduction and Guantanamo Bay, the tapes that videotapes that they're trying to get public now from there, as well as GLJ, our boy, 69.
GLJ's in trouble.
We'll get to GLJ. I wouldn't say that. There's good news and bad news. There's good news and bad news. We'll do that next in the Detroit Cast.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Detroit Cast with Mike and Jay on a Thursday, and we mentioned they've released new video in the Philadelphia abduction case. What a weird story. I don't know if you've seen the video, but they show a guy. They're at this point calling just a person of interest. Yeah.
Did they get anything from the ATMs? Because I heard he used the ATM.
Yeah. Well, he still has the card, so I don't know if they. But they want him to use the card.
Sure.
Which will just pinpoint where he is.
But I swear I saw that he did, and
he used it.
Okay, so did he have his face covered or?
No. No, he was wearing a hoodie. Looks like a black guy with scruffy face. They've got a couple images of his face.
Mm-hmm.
None of them are super crystal clear. He was in a store, party store of some sort, and bought like a drink and something exactly. And
Here
then
he is. Yeah, here he is.
Yeah, person of interest.
Right there? You mean that guy? Big arrow pointing at him.
Don't you think, like, if that was you, though, if that was you, I wouldn't need a super clear image of it. You would know if that was a friend of yours or someone you knew.
I agree. That was a good enough picture. Somebody's gonna.
Like, if that was you, or if that was Big E, for instance, we would know right away. We wouldn't even need to see his face. Be like, oh yeah, that's Big E.
See the hot pink hat just peeking out of that hoodie. Yeah, you would.
Yeah, there was
Somebody's
a guy.
Gonna get him.
There was a guy who robbed the guy that robbed Subway a couple weeks ago. He was pissed at Jared because he tried the Subway diet. It didn't work. A black guy. And went in with a gun and robbed like 5 different Subway stores and cleaned their registers out because he wanted his money back.
Jeez.
But he went in wearing like high top shoes that were all glitter. Like, or orange or something. They were so obvious. Like, it was like, dude, really?
Again, you can't explain crazy.
Yeah, and stupid.
And you mentioned he was a black guy who did that, and I think you did that because that's a total white guy crime right
It
there.
is.
You know, oh Jared, I didn't lose the weight like Jared did.
Yeah.
It's not. No black dude would do that.
You wouldn't think. Black guys are surprising us lately. Serial killings that they've been involved in. It's just weird. Rape, maybe rape's a weird one, but you figure that's kind of a white guy thing to do.
Yeah, but the guy in Virginia you're talking about, the guy with the dreadlocks, former football player.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Total white guy crime. I would have bet your show on that that he was a white guy. So anyway, they've I'm sure they'll pinpoint this dude.
Yeah, that was a clear picture, man. A couple clear ones.
People have to. Crime has got to change because there's cameras everywhere. It's got to. Like, people are just going where you could get away with this 20 years ago. Like, if you just abducted a girl on the street and nobody really saw you and you took off and then ditched the car, you're gone.
For sure.
But nowadays, there's a very, very strong chance that on every street corner in America there's a camera that's going to catch something. So, I don't know. You just hope that the girl is still alive. It's just so doubtful, isn't it?
Yeah. I figure she's in a trunk somewhere at best.
Yeah, yeah. And what's the point? To steal someone's ATM? To get a piece of ass?
Rape her, yeah.
I mean, I felt really, really bad for her dad. I don't know if you saw a video of her dad losing it on camera. He's crying.
I can't imagine, man.
As he's pleading, just bring my. I'll give you. He's literally saying on camera, "I'll give you anything you want. Just please bring my daughter back alive. Let her leave."
Absolute nightmare.
Absolute nightmare. Yeah.
E, nightmare? Are you back? Is E back?
No.
E, your conduct?
He's smiling, but it looks forced.
Your conduct is untenable.
Well, what am I supposed to say? You're just talking about some guy catching a girl.
Calm down.
What am I so combative?
Well, yeah.
It's lashing out, attacking.
I mean, I don't. What do you think I'm going to be like? Yep, I agree with it. Good for this guy, or whatever.
I just was trying to include you, kind of.
I don't need to be forced. Don't worry about it.
Oof. Okay.
That was a shot.
Man.
Yeah. Anyway.
I won't say it. Even though your gut is hanging out right now, I won't say it.
I don't care.
Whatever. I won't. I'll just leave it. Nope. Go ahead. Just do that. Hands over your head. Just let your gut hang out like that. I won't say a word.
What if you were going to say a word? What would the word be?
It would start with D.
Or at.
S.
What would I
The
can't
first
remember
word
what
would start with a D. The second word would start with an S.
Well, I'm trying to remember if you were to say it. Now, obviously, you were not going to say it, but if you were going to say it, just between us, what would it be? What was that word again? I can't remember.
It was doughy.
Doughy. Okay. What was the second one?
Supple.
Supple. Okay. Thank God you're not going to say those because he might take offense at that right now.
Look at him, dude.
He's sulking.
Something's wrong with E.
He wishes he could punch me and you right now.
I don't know what to say.
God.
You can admit it.
No, that's not my feeling at all.
I've never seen him like this. And frankly, there's been far worse things said to him over the last 7 months while I've known him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been.
I agree.
I physically assaulted him. I did nothing to him this morning. You know what? K-Dog set the whole thing off. Does this have something to do with K-Dog personally? Do you have something personal against K-Dog?
No.
Ooh, maybe that's what it is. I think you're onto something. The way he snapped at you and said no right there.
Okay.
K-Dog's here to help, E. Don't take it out on him. He went to support you. It's not his fault. He was the victim in your bad stand-up routine. The victim. I don't know why you're taking that out on K-Dog. Or Jen.
Do you need a hug?
That's a good question. Do you need one, buddy?
No.
Oof.
Eric, relax.
When I'm talking to the mic.
That's a good point. He should.
He's going to come in here with a gun one day. We're going to push him over the edge, and he's going to come in with a gun one day. Like Nana's old pea shooter. Right? Are you close to that point? Are you close to the breaking point?
No, not
Would you
even
tell
close.
us if you were?
Not even close, dude.
Would you write a manifesto?
No, I would never write a manifesto. No, well, that's actually not true. But I would. But if I wrote a manifesto on something like that, it would be more end up just blaming random people. Like I've always said, if I killed myself, I would want to blame random people.
Would you give us an advance copy of your manifesto before you brought in a gun?
No.
Oh.
Of course
You
not.
wouldn't. Would you take other people down with you?
Yeah.
Besides
I mean,
Dana?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I got to the point where I was
If you're going out, it's a blaze of glory.
hell yes.
That sucks for us.
No,
But dude, you got to think you're not smart enough to pull off the perfect crime. If you kill Jay
no, in this
or
scenario-
me or both of us, first off, you'll probably be unsuccessful and end up getting yourself killed without taking anyone else out.
I still
what?
disagree with that. I still disagree with that.
What?
The fact that if I walked in that door and just went boom, boom, Jay would not be able to get to me in time.
Totally.
No
Leg
way.
whip.
No fucking way.
Try it.
Dude, I
Elbow to the throat.
walk in every day, and you're sitting at the table there on a computer. I'd be over in the living room.
Cat-like reflexes.
I'd be in the
Cat-like
kitchen.
reflexes.
No way.
He's on guard at all times. Try and take a swing.
I would leap to the corner.
I don't.
All of a sudden, I'm behind you. You don't even know it. Leg whip. Boom. Elbow to the throat.
Done.
No way.
Disarmed.
No way.
Disarmed, and now you're trying to explain your way out of it.
Well, if I do this, I would assume that I'd be killing myself after.
Pull your own trigger with my thumb. Boom.
No way.
Into the bottom of your
No
chin.
chance. I would get to you, man. I'd walk in. I would just. Boom.
He's describing how he would murder me.
Yeah. It's on tape, too. Digitally saved forever.
I'm not gonna do it, so it doesn't matter. But I mean,
Well, I hope not.
I
hope
won't.
not. I have my doubts now. I got to be honest. In Nigeria, do you want the good news or the bad news, Jay?
Let's hear the good news first.
You want the good news?
Yeah.
The good luck news.
I didn't get that.
Fuck
I didn't
you.
either.
Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking?
No,
I
kidding
don't
me?
what
understand
happened?
that at
Good
all.
luck,
Good luck
Jonathan.
news?
Good luck.
Oh. God.
All your stupid ass puns that you get mad at for me when I fucking say something.
Stop lashing out. You're scaring people, E.
Go ahead, Mike. I'd like to hear the
news?
good news. Yeah.
The good news? The good luck news?
Yeah, I like that. Good luck, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Good news.
Exactly.
Got it. Go.
He's running for re-election. Good luck,
knew
Jonathan.
That. We knew that.
Is coming back
He's
for another
fucked.
term.
He's oh, that's the good news?
Yes.
We knew that, dude. He's running for it. He's fucked. There's no
he's-
way.
What are you talking about? He's the only chance they have.
Dude, he used the hashtag Bring Back Jonathan as a campaign slogan.
I love it.
Yeah, and his people, they got so much backlash. They're like, I don't think you should be using that.
I think he should run with it. Right?
Bring Back Our Girls thing was worldwide, right?
Yeah.
Started with about 300, got down to 200 and some. Now they're all gone and married off.
Yeah, they're all gone and married off, which we knew, which I think is hilarious. This dude who's like talking about anybody that said plans are underway for the release of the girls is just daydreaming. I would think daydreaming is like an American word.
Well, that's one of those things when those guys speak their second language, they're trying to get it out there, and they just, they throw out a term like that. It's like, that's not really what he.
Yeah. They're daydreaming.
Daydreaming.
They will not be returned.
No, they won't.
So, I thought that was breaking news that he's announced he's running again.
No, dude.
Wow, I was.
A supporter like you, I would have thought you'd be right there. I would have thought you'd been receiving the campaign emails.
Perhaps. I haven't been going through my emails, I got to be honest.
Financial support?
I'm a supporter.
Some more Kickstarter funds?
Now, this is one election I would vote in. Yes, Kickstarter funds. I'll use those for him. Sure. I mean, not a lot. I can't do a lot, but I'll do my part. If everybody just did a little bit.
We can go about 35, 40, right?
Right. Yeah. Sure we can.
There's no limits out in Nigeria.
Soon after the declaration of the ceasefire is when he said, I'm running again.
Oh, God.
And here's they say the one positive development is that an imminent threat to the city of Maiduguri, where the Islamists were coming from 3 different sides, apparently that's been halted for now by a bombing campaign initiated by the Nigerian military. Who runs the Nigerian military?
Good luck, Jonathan.
Thank you. Say no more. So that threat halted because of GLJ 69.
Note the word halted. Means that's kind of temporary to me.
Yeah, maybe so, but he'll come up with something else.
Stopped,
to keep it halted.
Thwarted. That would have been better. Halted.
Yeah. It does seem like it's on pause.
Yeah.
Resume tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
They do say he's already hated in the north of Nigeria. He had little chance of winning that region anyways, which is where a lot of this shit is going on.
Yeah,
so he's not even worried about it. He's like, bring him back, don't bring him back. I don't care. In the heavily populated south and west, Boko Haram is perceived as an almost foreign phenom, not something that affects the average resident of Lagos, the commercial capital. Whether Mr. Jonathan is winning or losing the war against the militants is considered to be of secondary importance to many there.
Wow.
Yeah. He remains at the top, and I said top, of governing People's Democratic Party. The kidnappings in the north will likely continue, many warn. Yep. Again, not his concern. He's more worried about the south and the west.
He's got to know where to focus his resources.
That's
like
right.
Any good politician.
That's right, and he does. Human Rights Watch group has noticed that more than 200 girls abducted in April were hardly the first. They estimate at least 500 women and girls have gone abducted since 2009.
It's like a Democrat. They're not going to win Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't spend your time or resources there.
Yeah. Stay away. Go where you're strong. The women have been forced to marry, cook, do menial chores for the militants in their camps in the forest, and convert to Islam. They have also been raped, beaten, and threatened with death. The few girls who escaped told similar stories of this brutal treatment. The Boko Haram leader has referenced these girls as slaves.
God.
Yeah. If anything, the abduction of the schoolgirls appears to have emboldened Boko Haram to step up abductions elsewhere. Yeah.
Why not? They received no resistance.
Mm-hmm. And no one's
Come on, E. Come on in, E.
What?
Nothing. I'm not doing anything.
E, what's wrong?
No.
You want to have more fun? You want to talk about the NFL cheerleader that everybody sent us today?
Yeah.
NFL cheerleader doing a 15-year-old.
I'm familiar with the story.
You are?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you prep for the show today? Wow.
I look at stuff every day, Jay, actually, but...
Very combative. Bordering on demerit.
One away. You're one away.
What arbitrary thing do I need to do that's one away?
Well, it's one of those things we'll know when we see it.
Gotcha.
All right. Molly Shattuck, she's an author. No, she's an ex-pretty face.
Baltimore Ravens, was it?
Yeah, cheerleader. Oldest cheerleader, I think, ever.
Check her out, though. Check out that picture.
Yeah, but if you were 15...
Of course.
And she was going to go down on you, would you?
Yes.
Yeah, of course you would. So anyway, she allegedly sexually assaulted a 15-year-old boy multiple times after meeting him through Instagram. Would she be trolling for 15-year-olds? She looks hot in a lot of these, though. And this is one of those where she's just kind of blowing the kid. I still don't see how.
I thought I read, though, that she was friends, like her kids were friends with his family or something like that.
She's got a 15-year-old son.
Okay.
But I don't think they knew each other. She was married to that CEO. She's been in the middle of a divorce there. He's like 60. they met on Instagram in May. She gave him her number, and they started talking. They first met in Delaware after she picked the boy up and drove to a middle school parking lot. They met almost a half dozen times in July. Key to the investigation is what allegedly happened Labor Day weekend in Delaware. So she's got a rental home on a lake there, and she takes her kids, some of her kids' friends. They were staying in this rented beach house. The boy stayed over one night.
Okay.
And so sometime around 2 a.m. Sunday morning, they drove to a liquor store, and Molly purchased a 12-pack of Miller Lite and a 12-pack of Bud Light for them. The younger kids were left home alone. Once back at the house, she allegedly blew the kid, first outside the home while walking the dog, and again in her bedroom. God. Yeah.
While walking the dog.
Again, we're using the term victim very loosely here. She allegedly performed oral sex on the boy and told him if he wanted to have sex, she would.
All the candy you need is right here.
She must have said something like that because he turned it down.
He did.
He probably busted his nut and was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Honestly, man, she must have been so damn creepy because he turned her down and left.
Yeah, he left. At that point, she told him, come back later. All the candy you need is right here. And he did not come back. She was charged with 4 counts of unlawful sexual contact, 2 counts of third-degree rape, and 3 counts of distributing alcohol to a minor. She became the oldest NFL cheerleader in history up to that time in 2005 when the Ravens selected her for the squad on her first tryout. She was there for 2 years and then a part-time coach for 6 years. I think, so how old would she have been in 2005? She's 47 now.
9 years, 38.
Okay, so there is a 40-year-old cheerleader, I believe, on the Saints now.
Yeah, yep.
That
You're
tried
right.
out this year.
I saw her. Got
Yeah.
kids, like 15-year-old kid or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Weird as hell.
Mm-hmm. Her biography on her site, she's got a site, she does all these charity things. I think all of these cheerleaders have to be like perfect citizens. Blowing a kid is probably not
doesn't
something.
fit.
Yeah, you don't want to put that on your resume, but she is. They claim she's the ambassador for the American Diabetes Association. She works with the Heart Association, the United Way of Central Maryland's Access to Healthy Food Initiative. She's a trustee of the United Way of Central Maryland, a member of the boards for the Baltimore School for the Arts, the John Hopkins Children's Center, and the National Children's Museum.
And she's in a shitload of trouble now.
Yes, and she's blowing 15-year-olds.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. She's got 3 kids, including a 15-year-old, the same age of the one she allegedly
dude.
blew.
So she goes from a 60-some-year-old husband,
Yeah.
rich as shit, it looks like,
CEO,
based
yeah.
on their estate.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that sprawling estate.
Wow.
Looks like the Erickson estate.
It does. It does look like the manor established 1991.
The manor.
He giggles a little bit.
So not a
Pull up the Erickson Manor on
will.
Google Maps. It's an estate. It's nice.
No, it's not.
Established 1991. All right, we got. Did you see Ray Rice? By the way, I know you got to get out of here, Jay, in a second.
Yeah. Appealing.
Yeah, he's
And
squaring.
Goodell is going to be deposed, right?
Yeah,
But
they're
apparently
making
some-
him testify.
Yeah, apparently some tough lawyer, too, that
Mhm.
is known for just making people weep.
Do you think he's going to play again this year? Do you think he's going to play again ever? Ray Rice, not Goodell.
Yeah, it all depends on what the collective bargaining agreement says. I mean, we looked at this a while ago, and I think it was fairly vague. That was the whole deal, that they were
Mhm.
kind of – it was arguable whether he could be punished twice.
Yeah.
And so a lot of this cross-examination is going to go to what did you know and when did you know it? He's going to
Yeah.
be really challenged on that.
Well, I still think it sounds like there were 4 guys in that room, in that office, and Ray Rice told them the truth. I mean, I haven't seen anything where people, outside of, I think Goodell said that, oh, maybe we were misled or something, but
Yeah.
everybody else in that room seems to say, no, Ray told us exactly what we'd see on that tape.
Well, we'll see what Goodell says under oath.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting, man.
Well, of course it's possible he could be full of shit under oath, but I'd be shocked at that.
Got to be real careful.
Really?
Perjury.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. It didn't seem to bother Clinton.
did it?
No.
Got him impeached, though.
Yeah.
No, that will be hugely interesting to see how that plays out. And,
Yeah.
But it does all come down to oh God, what was the phrase? Conduct detrimental to the integrity of or public confidence in the game of professional football. Goodell has broad power under that.
Yeah.
And I guess there's implication that punishment would be one time, but of course the other side's arguing, no, we can decide later that no, that's not enough, and for whatever reason implement more.
Well, won't their argument be that we got another tape?
We got another tape, and or you know what? We thought about it some more. Our sponsors reacted to it, and we decided we got to do what we got to do, man. The country's huge backlash right now. How can we defend this? So therefore, the larger punishment.
Well, it'll be interesting to see. I still think he's got a career in the NFL, at least for a little bit. He's probably at the tail end of his career anyways, but and I think Peterson will be back maybe this season.
Yeah. And it could be that they strike a deal. Goodell is under that's pressure, man, putting him under cross-examination with a really good opponent.
Yeah.
And they may just look at it and go, let's settle something, keep him out for 2 years or whatever it is, come to some sort of agreement.
Wow. I can't imagine they'd do that, but I don't know. We'll know soon enough. All right, you got to get out of here.
Got to go.
Jay, you
All right, buddy.
don't want to see my house, Jay?
The Erickson Manor, established 1991.
Right there.
Dude, it's on an island and shit?
Island?
What is that?
An island.
Oh, okay, but the way you were holding your laptop, it looked like water surrounding it.
This is the house.
Dude, that is... Oh, my God.
Sprawling estates. Look at all that land.
This is the house.
God, where are the stables, my friend?
The yard goes like
Did you go to your neighbor's underground pool?
No, I don't talk to any of my neighbors.
No, because they're too far away.
Yeah, that's why.
Is that why?
Yeah.
All right, just curious. All right, Jay. Thanks, buddy. Have a good day.
Good day.
Eric, I was going to do some Ask Erics, but I don't know if you're in any state of mind to do them. I just don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right. I fear it's been a while since we've done these, so I don't want to do ones that I've already done. So if one of these sounds like something I've done, let me know. All right?
I'm usually pretty good at remembering this stuff.
Okay. Ready, Eric?
Yeah.
I reconnected with a man from my high school days, and we were dating. We were both 72 years old.
Oh, jeez.
We get along fairly well, except for his neediness. I work part-time, mostly evenings and every other weekend. On my days off, I like to have lunch with girlfriends. He says I should plan my lunches with the girls on the days where I have to work in the evening, and that on my whole days off, I should spend the day with him.
Jeez.
I have my own house and chores to do. He has his own house, but would rather go for walks or bike riding. I find this very invasive and end up having a high blood pressure moment when I have to drop everything to go for a bike ride. I'm considering breaking off our relationship, but my girlfriend says I'd be crazy to leave someone who takes me to dinner all the time, buys me flowers, and is in love with me. At my age, I may never find someone who is as loving as he is. Why don't I relish his friendship instead of feeling like I'm supposed to be at his side every minute on my days off? He says I don't miss him and when we don't connect for 3 days, and it's true. I'm busy with my family members, doing yard work and housework. I just feel too confined, and I need some space.
Dude, I'll say it. I think at any age, I think this concept of that you should just settle, or you should just, well, this guy actually likes me. And if she really did just stay with him just because he was like his girlfriends, wow, even at that age they're like gold digging still. Like, well, he's buying you lunches and stuff. Just stick with him. That's ridiculous, dude. Like, it doesn't sound like they probably get along. I mean, relationship
sounds like she's only in it for the dinners.
Right. Well, it sounds like her friends wanted her to be in it for the dinners. Dude, at any age that you're at, the concept of settling, or when she says, "Oh, at this age, what if I won't find someone to love me like that again?" Well, I think there's a lot of people that get really worried just dying alone. I know whether you believe it or not. I am not afraid to die alone. I don't.
Me either.
I don't want to.
I believe you.
I don't want to. Do I want to find somebody that I have that much of a connection with that I want to be with my whole life? Yes. Like most humans, I do. But I'm not afraid to not have that happen because I'm not just gonna. So this, dude, if it doesn't sound like it's working that well, you got to talk to him at this point and say, hey, maybe we should back off this a little bit, I guess, or break it off completely. I don't know.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I do. Like I feel like you do. I don't feel like I have to have that dying alone would be the end of the world. I mean, we all kind of die alone, don't we?
I think everyone dies alone in reality. But just because you're 71 doesn't mean you need to be like, wow, I'm not going to sure if I'm going to have another man into me again. Well, so you're just going to keep hanging with him even though you're getting high blood pressure moments because of it?
Do you think he's hitting it?
Yeah, he must.
Should that be illegal? Should that be legal to hit it at 72?
I don't know. He must be, though. Don't you think?
I would hope so. I don't know.
If he isn't, I gotta be honest. If they're not having sex, because I don't know. I don't know how it works at that age. I don't know if people still are. No, I'm just saying. I don't know. If they really are anymore. If they care anymore. I think if they're not, if she's not getting sex out of this, I would definitely say just dump him. Just for companionship. Who gives a fuck?
I kind of agree with you. All right, Eric. I'm 32 years old. A woman who is HIV positive. My colleague, who is unaware of my status, recently introduced me to a relative of hers who is also lonely and looking for someone to settle down with. We clicked and seemed to complete each other in every way. Although we haven't had any sexual encounter, my fear is, how do I disclose my status? I'm also worried that he might be angry with my colleague and not believe that she is unaware of my status. Please help me out of this dilemma.
Dude, how old? 80?
No. She's 32.
30. Oh shit, you're right. This is only 32 for some reason.
Yeah.
I thought the other age still. Wow, 32.
32. She's got the HIV.
Oh,
she's
man.
dating this dude.
You know what's
she
funny?
likes.
Yeah.
Is she hot?
Yeah, that does make a difference.
Well, let's just assume she's mildly attractive,
Okay.
and this guy wants it bad. Would that stop you? If she was hot, would the HIV stop you?
God, dude, you gotta say yes, don't you? I mean, I don't. You know what? I gotta be honest. I have to play ignorance on how ignorant on how I don't know how preventable that. Like, if they have that, if I have sex with them, like, how contagious that is.
Not very.
And
It's hard to get.
I'm being serious.
Yeah, you need a cut on you and a cut on them and fluids and
like
all
if you
that
use,
shit. It's like
would you
Ebola.
need to use a condom? I don't know if you're fucking with me or not. I'm really
No,
not kidding
I'm
you.
serious.
Would you need to have a condom still?
Probably a good idea. I still wouldn't use one, but yeah, maybe not a bad idea.
Yeah. If you're right and it's really no, I don't know. I
don't-
gotta assume that you're being serious. That it's not. I don't, because I'm ignorant on this, on how easy it is to get.
So the diagnosis wouldn't scare you off.
No,
If the chick said, "Oh, by the way, I've also got the HIV,"
No.
you'd be like, "All right, cool."
Especially if you have a real connection. See, again, I think I go to this.
Connection's
thing,
important.
I don't think connection's important for sex and reality. Like we talked about the other day, the emotional idea of sex. Who cares? But I mean, if you have somebody, man, that you feel like you're connecting on every level, and that's the only thing. And by the way, again, I go to this concept. It's so corny to be like, "Oh, be you," and if people, but you know what? If you tell him and he doesn't want to deal with it, then again, why would you want to be with him anyway? Like this concept that people just get so worried that, oh, if I tell him this one thing, well, you have it, so you have to tell him. And you know what? If he doesn't want to be with you after you told him that, then he's not the guy for you anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, this concept, again, it's just like the other one of people that want to force something. They're like, well, I have a connection, and I'm just worried that if I tell him this thing about me, he's not going to want to be with me anymore. Well, then do you really want to be with him anyway?
Yeah, he's probably going to find out at some point.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, though? It's just like when there'll be girls that kind of, like the girls that, time frame on a guy to get married, where they'll be like, well, we've been together for 2 years, and if I don't have a ring in 6 months, I'm going to walk away. Dude, if you have to tell somebody, if you get to the point where you feel like you have to tell somebody, if we're not pushing for a marriage in 6 months, man, dude, do you really want that? Is that the guy, like, he should want to marry you?
Yeah, but that's kind of off the AIDS thing. But,
I know, but I know.
Yeah, you should probably disclose that.
Yeah,
you have the HIV.
Yes, definitely. You should
Let him in
definitely disclose it. By the way, and who cares if you find?
Okay, dear E, my best friend since my early 20s, and I have hit a rocky path. It feels like the biggest in the last 18 years of friendship. We have survived our 20s and 30s, the death of a spouse, single parenthood, and being miles apart, and history tells me we will get through this too, but right now, in the middle, it feels awful, sad, lonely. It's because I don't support my friend's change of heart, and she feels judged. I am judging her. Up until a few weeks ago, she always stated she would never live with a guy, and now she decided she is willing to make that compromise for the man she is dating. The stupid thing is that if any other person had decided to shack up, I wouldn't care. It's all around me, but I'm completely surprised she would change her mind. I'm disappointed. And I told her. I also told her that I wasn't going to bring it up again. I know she's an adult and I will love her no matter what. I don't feel bad pointing out her inconsistencies to her. I would expect her to challenge and question me if I did a 180. That's what close friends do. But now, when I talk to her, the distance is huge. She doesn't want to talk about her boyfriend or details about her life. Our conversations are very surface. I don't know what to do.
Dude, I think this is so funny, man, because I think friendship. I've been kind of going through a little thing with my friend recently where we've been really, really good friends, and there's just been a few things recently where we've kind of lost it a little bit, and I'm not going to go into those details. But like,
Please do.
No, I don't want to. But it's just about some. It doesn't matter. But the point is, I just think it's so odd how people are with friends. Everyone babbles on about how they want a friend that's just honest to them all the time, or a friend that would be truthful to them in bad situations. They want to know the truth. And I think the majority of people are lying when they say that. I have friends that is 100% what I want out of my friends. I hate it. I have friends that sometimes I make a decision, and then a week later they're like, yeah, I was wondering when you told me you were doing that. I'm like, well, why didn't you tell me? And they're like, well, I personally want people to tell me the truth. I'm someone who wants the fucking truth. But I think a lot of people say that, and I think a lot of people lie. I think a lot of people say they want a friend. This girl here, if they've been friends for this long and they claim that they've had, and they probably had cocks where they said, oh my God, I can tell you everything, and then she's been her whole life saying, I'm not going to move in with a guy until we're married, and now she is. And the fact that he just brings it up and she's going to be a bitch about it, I just don't get people. I don't get human beings, honestly.
So what are you saying then? That she shouldn't care that her friend did a 180?
No, I think she should say something. I think the friend that said something should have said something, and I think the other friend, I'm not saying she shouldn't maybe still do. I mean, I guess what's she going to do? She's going to move in with this guy. She's going to move in with him.
Yeah.
But the concept that she would be mad at her other friend for bringing it up when you said your whole life, it'd be like if I told her, I'm not going to smoke. I don't believe in drugs. I'm not doing it. And all of a sudden I just start doing it. And you're like, hey, Eric, you've been your whole life adamant about it. And I get, fuck you, man. I can do what I want.
Well, how often would it come up over the years that you're not going to shack up with a dude?
Yeah, that's
and who cares? Like, I don't know. To me,
I would say as a guy. Well, for one,
what?
I bet he probably likes her. I bet in reality, he probably likes her.
Well, is it a guy? Did I say it was a guy?
I thought it was a guy and a girl, wasn't it? I really was under the impression it was a guy and a girl.
Oh, I thought it was two girls. But you guys might be right if you both heard that.
Did you listen?
Yeah, I was listening a little. I thought it was a girl and a girl.
Yeah,
okay.
I just thought it was her girlfriend.
Well, if it's two girls, then it's just typical girls being catty, and they all say they want the truth, but none of them do. So
yeah, I don't know. I find myself, especially as I get older, I just don't give a fuck what anybody does. Like, to each their own. I totally survive and believe, like, if it doesn't bother me, if it doesn't hurt my loved ones, I just don't give a shit.
No, I agreed on that.
You know what I mean?
I'm just saying.
And people change their minds. People change their minds as they get older. People change their minds all the time.
Right.
Especially women.
Well, then if you bring it up, if she bring it up, then the other friend could have said, yeah, you know what? I used to say that.
Yeah, and then I met this guy, and he's really fucking cool.
Right. Then explain that.
Yeah.
I guess it shouldn't be the crux of now them having a distance in their relationship because she brought it up. I'm just saying there's nothing wrong with her bringing it up. I think that it's just very funny to me. I just think friendship is very funny as people. I think we all tell each other what we want, and most people lie about that.
I think this is the difference we talk about with guys and girls too.
No question about that.
Like where, and we were talking about it upstairs a little bit ago about chicks not being funny and why that is. And Jay pointed out that I think that goes along with what we were talking about a week ago or so, where we were talking about guys and how we'll still laugh at the same joke. Jay brought it up because Gab will like laugh at something once, but then if he does it again, like if he's God damn it, it's like, yeah, I heard you say God damn it a week ago. It's not funny anymore.
Right.
But where to us, we'll like anybody walks in and goes God damn it, and people just laugh. We're guys, and like if I walk by and smack you in the nuts, we'd all find that funny.
Yeah,
that's funny to us. But chicks will never walk by and slap each other in the tits and laugh about it.
Yeah, dude. You said that. Well, that night we were all up doing the measurements on the shirts or something. And he said, well, it'll be about 16 inches. And every one of us sat there like, well.
Yeah, we all kind of pulled our pants up like, let me lay this thing down here if you're looking for 16 inches.
Every one of us.
But Jay did it, I did it, you did it, and we all kind of chuckled when the other did it.
Right. It was funny. Everybody that did it continuously in a row was still funny.
So if you had a stance your whole life, we were friends for 20 years, which would never happen. But
you know what?
If we were, and you had a stance where I would never move in have premarital sex or move in with a chick, whatever bullshit she laid out there. If you said that and all of a sudden you met some chick and we're moving in with her, I could see busting your balls about it. Like, well, way to fold on all your beliefs, dickhead. You've been saying,
that's kind of how
you've been driving at me for 20 years about how you'd never do that. Hilarious. I'd find it hilarious, but then it would in no way impact like how I felt. Like I wouldn't go behind your back then and go, hey, K-Dog, did you hear? Fucking E, what an asshole. He's moving in with this chick. Like, never. Yeah. But I feel like chicks maybe would.
Yeah.
It'd be a topic of conversation between the ladies.
I totally agree. Totally agree.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just the structure of the world. I mean, you get new knowledge in, and you reassess your existing values.
Of course.
And
We do it with everything.
Yeah, not everybody has the fortitude of Brittany Maynard. We can't just be that set in stone with our ultimate goals. So
Which I respect.
Yeah, I do too.
Respect her
Absolutely.
for taking herself out. Good girl.
because she said she would, and she did it.
Yeah. Very guy thing to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, that's like what if this? Yeah, you're. I mean, the concept that this girl would like. So she said her whole life, and maybe something changed. Like if you literally had things where you just said, "I'm never gonna do this," and like you know what I mean, and you just stuck by those no matter what, even if new information came out that said it was better, and you're like, "Nope, I said I wouldn't do it." That'd be retarded.
It'd be retarded. Facts
Like
change,
like
details
smoking.
change.
I mean, how there was a time when it kind of said smoking was good for you, or was it cocaine or heroin? You know what I mean? Back in the day when it
medically they
right,
used-
and they prescribed it, and it'd be like if now you were still sitting there going, well, there's studies in 1943 that said it was good for you, so I'm still shooting up heroin.
Yeah. That's just funny. I think that's a difference between the sexes. You know, I think it's a big difference, but you know,
it probably was. The more I'm hearing talk about this, the more I'm thinking. I don't remember the name. I just for some reason I felt like it was a guy, but the more I'm hearing this, I just would be shocked if it was a guy friend of hers.
and if it was, then he definitely is jealous of her being with some guy. Like that's for sure.
Right, that's the thing. If it was a guy, my whole thing would be he just probably wanted her the whole time. He's
Let me
liked her.
see if it says in here. Death of Paramount. See if you can see anything in there that says what it is. If it's a guy, because I totally got the idea that it was a chick on chick.
I don't know why I thought instantly that it was a guy, but
yeah,
I felt like I heard a name, but I guess I must right away.
I just don't think another guy would even care. But I could see two girls caring.
No, I
Yeah.
agree.
She'd be like, oh, like.
Well, my point was if it was a guy, that's why I thought it was a guy. And my point was if it was a guy, I just assumed he's probably liked her all along. But if it wasn't, then it's just girls being
I get
girls.
this real lesbian vibe on this one too.
Yeah.
Like she's like, oh, I see how it is. You're trading it all in for some dick.
Yeah, that could be.
Girls are catty, man. I've always said it's so funny, man. I've been to bars when there's like 4 girls and it's like 3 of them are married, and you hit on the one unmarried one, and like they'll still get jealous or still drag their friend away, and they're like, it's so crazy how like if it's 3 guys at the bar,
You'd never get that.
never would you sit there and be like, oh shit, this girl is going up and talking to my buddy. Hey, Brian, get out of here.
Yeah.
He's not looking to get laid tonight, ladies, or
Yeah.
you know.
Never would that happen.
And it's like they'll be married. 3 married women. I've had that happen before. Where married women are, they just don't like that no one's hitting on them.
Yeah.
You're supposed to hit on the ugly married one.
I know.
Just
Well,
trying to
no,
give
I-
you some advice because
I
that
know
will
how it
create the jealousy between the group, and then the hottest one will come after you.
I know.
That's
I
good.
hear that
Yeah.
all the time. I'm not doing that. I'm not going up to some ugly shit.
You got to cast that net.
I won't do
Yeah,
it.
broad net.
Broad net.
Yeah, it doesn't really say in here, but it says that they survived a death of a spouse, single parenthood, things like that. So
I don't know what that means.
yeah, it's vague.
I don't know.
There's
Why
no-
wouldn't you have a name on some? I mean, I get they don't want to put their names usually, but it seems
Yeah,
like they would
it's-
be.
Yeah, it doesn't even indicate. There's no indication
Why did I
really.
think it was a guy? I don't know. I'm gonna.
Because
say
it
it's a
sounds
girl.
like, I mean, just to read straight through it, it sounds like it's a guy, but then the further you read it, it sounds like it's a chick.
Yeah. I just
So it
can't
could be
imagine
either way.
having a 30-year friendship with a girl. That just seems crazy. Who would do that? If you're
Nobody.
not banging them, why would you have a relationship with them? That's,
Nobody.
I've never understood that. Like having a cute
Oh,
girl as a friend.
It's so.
That's
well,
insane.
it's so
Why
stupid.
torture yourself? If you're not hitting it,
It's-
then
Well,
Dude, I don't want to go. It's so retarded. I don't want to go too much into it, but it's so retarded when you hear these. When you'll hear the girl kind of say, "Oh no, he's my
no,
friend." It's
we're,
like, no,
we're just
he's
friends.
not.
No, he's just not hitting it yet.
Right. He put himself in the friend zone or whatever. I mean, he's not.
Yeah, and he saw that death of the spouse, and he's like, the door is now open.
Yeah, I'm going in.
All I had to do
Everything.
was outlive that son of a bitch, and now the
I'm
pussy
in.
is mine. Yeah. And then she shacks up with another
Why
guy.
would you
Yeah.
ever? Why girls would ever believe that a guy would just want to be friends with a girl
Yeah.
is beyond me. And they sit there and I always have these girls who say, "No, I have guy friends." I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Every guy friend you have, if you went to a party some night and got a little buzz and were like, "Hey,
You'd be all over
John,
it.
you want to hook up tonight?"
Have
or
you
something?"
ever had a chick that you had to go, "No, I'm not
No.
going to be friends with you"? I
No,
have, where it's like,
a girl didn't want.
well,
wait, what happened?
Why would you be my friend? Why
A
don't
girl
you?
didn't want to be friends with.
No. Where it was like, yeah, I'm a good friend. This and that. I'm like, no, you're not.
No, you know what the problem
No.
is? This is the problem. I'll admit that I think this hurts me at times because I'm so anti it. I have friends right now in a place that I hang out on a regular basis where it's my friend's sister and a few of these girls, and there's this big running joke where like, no, Eric, we're friends, and I flat out tell them face all the time like, we're not friends.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you are not my friend.
Yeah.
You're here, and you're an acquaintance. I would even help them out, by the way. I told them before, yeah, that doesn't mean I wouldn't help you out if you needed a ride someday, but you're not a friend. You're just a person I know.
Yeah. If the moment presented itself, you would take advantage of the fact that she's a cute girl.
Right.
Whereas if with your guy buddies, you would never like think twice about it. It's like, yeah, it's your boy.
I got a lot of girls that recently this summer I had a few arguments with some of these ones, and they really got mad at me about this because they're just like about that I had this stance, and I'm like, no, you're not. You don't understand. Why would I be friends with you? That makes no sense. Yeah. You're either friends to hook up with them, or you're friends hoping if you hang around them enough, they'll have some friends that'll come around, then you'll get in that pool somehow.
Yeah, I feel the same way. It's like, why torture yourself? Why do that? Why would you want something walking around in front of you?
Because eventually
you're not
right. And then feelings eventually. Because I've had that too, where if you hang around enough, sometimes the feelings and then she's just a girl.
Cuter.
Right. So, well, you know what I mean.
I do. No, I know exactly what you mean. Email us on it. I'd be interested to hear what other people think if we're off base on this.
What you'll get is if guys email in, they'll say what we say, and girls will email in and say,
and that's okay.
I have guy friends, and they're truly my friend. And
yeah.
You know what?
I honestly, I'm trying to think if I have any girl friends where I don't have any girl where it's like, hey, let's go hang out Friday night.
Right.
I'm outside of my girlfriend.
Right.
But I went years without having a girlfriend, and I at no point called chicks. Like, there was a mission if I was calling a chick.
You were like, I have tickets to the Tiger game. Hey.
I'd go with a buddy.
Right.
So I could stand being around them.
Or if you asked a girl, it was because you maybe were hoping that there was something there, right? You'd be trying to bang them or something.
Of course.
You know what I always say? When people get on me about it, sometimes I'll hear girls when they get on me. What I always say the problem is I think they always say, no, people can be friends. And I always say, like, the concept, it has to be 100% mutual between both parties. You know what I mean? Because I even think sometimes there'll be the fat girls. No, I'm sorry to say it, unattractive girls, they'll be into guys. And the guy will be like, no, she's my friend. But that's because he doesn't want to bang her.
Yeah.
If one of the two...
But put 6 to 8 beers in him.
My thing is, I think one of the two in a friendship between guys and girls... I know I did air quotes and no one knows I did that. But,
that's all right.
But in a
it came through in your inflection. It did.
Yeah. The friendship between guys and girls, one of them if there's I just don't believe for the most part. I'm not saying it doesn't exist ever, but total friends, I just don't believe in it.
I don't either.
I'm the odd one out. I actually have friends that are female.
I don't believe when guys tell me it. I don't believe it.
Yeah.
Even like you brought that girl the other night, apparently wasn't your girlfriend. I don't believe that. I'm sorry. I don't believe it.
She's just a friend. I will grant you they do tend to get you in trouble from time to time.
Yes. I can see that.
Case in point here. But I've always just had them. It helps.
How does Robin feel about that?
She's totally cool with it because she actually trusts me, which is important.
That's weird. How did you get that?
I looked a long time. That was the
really
because women trusting other women is not easy to find.
No.
The problem is he's going to tell it to me, and I'm just not going to believe it anyway. Because I'm not going to believe that if he broke up with his girlfriend, and then this girl last night that I saw on Monday got flirty, then that's my problem. And no offense, but I just don't believe it. Even when people tell it to me, I don't believe it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You can't change my opinion on it.
No, I understand what you're saying. And it's, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. And because it's too easy to knock a guy off. Like a guy, if some chick just winks at him, it's like, hey, getting some tonight. Like, it's too easy. Like a chick, we have to work hard to get a chick. That's like girls don't have to work. They could literally walk into any bar in America and go, who wants some?
Yep.
Like you'd get 10 guys lining up to go sloppy thirds, fourths, fifths right after each other.
You would.
It's a totally different
thing. They could walk into 7-Eleven up there, and there might be one or two guys that maybe he's married and he's kind of like, whoa, this is kind of a weird situation.
Yeah, even that's rare.
But he would, but majority after an hour, you'd find at minimal a few that would say yes.
A guy walks in, no one goes, hey, who wants some dick?
Right.
He's going to get arrested.
Right, exactly.
So they hold all the cards.
Dude, I saw
chicks hold all the cards, which is why it seems like it's hard. I'm not saying you can't have girlfriends. I'm sure if I thought I've got girlfriends, but nobody
still, aren't they still, even if they are, like you said, aren't they still just, you're not calling them to go to the concert on Friday night, even if you're not with Beth. Like, even if you're single, you're calling them to go to a concert, again, because you maybe think
you could hook up with
them at the end of the night.
Maybe,
If not, you're calling a guy friend. You're calling Jay and saying, hey, Jay, you want to go see Linkin Park tonight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just still telling you, there's some advantages that you're really missing.
No, I know there are. I've admitted openly amongst my friends that I think I screw myself a little bit by having a very strict policy on it. Because I don't care.
I definitely would say that if you had a girl who was a friend, she would never let you leave the house looking like you do right now. You would be well dressed.
I don't want it anyway. I don't. Well, fine. But
She would make you shower. She would make you brush your teeth. She would take you to the bar.
Well, I'm not gonna have some.
Would
girl...
she help you get laid though?
She would if she was a true good friend, because she knows that it would work on the opposite. She'll be like, "Hey, go talk to those guys, and then invite me over."
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe that's true. I've never seen it because I think, kind of like Eric does, that there's always something. Even if she's trying to help you get something, she's maybe really interested in you and just.
And absolutely, there are times when that happens, but
Yeah.
there's still, there are advantages, because if a girl approaches another girl, it's innocent. As soon as a guy approaches a girl, it's like, come on, yeah.
I know, but you know what though? Even what you're saying, even how you said that though, still fit into what I said though. It still fit into what I said. The reason you would be friends with a girl would be still benefit you mutually. Whether you weren't going after her or going after other friends. So even if you're suggesting that it'd be good to have girlfriends that could help you hook up with other girlfriends, it still fit into what I said. You're using her to get sex in some way, whether it's her or not.
Would you be cool if Robin had some good-looking guy that she was just hanging out with on a Friday night? Or would you be like, fuck?
I'd be fine with it.
You would?
Because again, I trust her.
Yeah, and I trust Beth. I couldn't always say that with girls. But yeah, I know that guys have ulterior motives. Like, that's the problem. I know as a guy that...
You don't care if she has a boyfriend. If she's going to hang out with you on a Friday night, you'll still do it, knowing that maybe, you never know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, if she's hanging out with a gay dude or some guy and his girlfriend, maybe that. But if it's just the two of them hanging out, I think it'd be weird.
Like, we're going to go watch a movie?
Yeah, no.
Again, don't care. Because you know what? You can sleep so much better at night with that trust behind everything.
No, I have the trust. I just don't trust the guys.
Yeah. Oh, I absolutely don't trust the guys either.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Don't.
I mean, not all the time.
That's my point, though. That's my point. So you might even trust her. You say you trust her, but don't you still think that those guys, if she was just, I'm going to watch a movie with John tonight, wouldn't you still be thinking, like, you trust her, but you'd be knowing why the guy's doing it? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But he also knows that I exist.
I know, but that's not
doesn't
my
care.
point.
He doesn't care.
And I know he doesn't care.
No, he does not care.
And if he has the balls to cut the bottom out of the popcorn bin, then
what are you gonna
more
do?
power to him. Yeah.
That still just goes to my whole point. I think it still just all proves my point more than it proves your point of the friendship. I'm sorry.
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. There are advantages and disadvantages. You do use one another, but you use your guy friends too. Let's face it.
But well, we can disagree to agree.
Different ends, but you're still doing it.
Yeah. We should probably wrap it up, guys.
I know. I don't know if we talked longer than we were supposed to.
No, we're okay. We're okay. Remember, if you listen to the Detroit Cast, you're in the market for a new car. Make a trip to Zott Ford. They can save you $500 on your trade-in. When you tell them the Detroit Cast sent you, tell them Big E sent you from the Detroit Cast. Plus, Zott Ford has an award-winning service department as well. You can save 10% on your repairs, too, if you tell them you heard it from us. A fun, good-time dealer, and they're not kidding. They've got foosball and ping pong right there in the showroom. So,
God, I love foosball.
Do you? I'm not a big foosball. I love ping pong.
I do, too. Actually, I love both those.
Yeah, ping pong's great.
We should go there and just play foosball and see.
There you go. I'll take you on in ping pong. They also claim to have the hottest sales staff in Oakland County. Go call them on it. So Zott Ford in Holly, just off of I-75. You can't miss it there. Just going north on 75, exit 98. So thanks to them. We're glad that they're on board with us. They're
where that foosball
help
and
keep
stuff,
this thing alive for a while. So
where that foosball and stuff could really come in handy. Not just us saying like I like it, but think about if you're going to get a car and you got kids. I mean, most places. How many places do you go to when you go to buy cars and that's it? If you have to bring the kids and there's just nothing there. Maybe they have that little room with the coloring books.
Yeah, that sucks.
But if you have freaking foosball, your kids are going to sit there and play foosball for an hour while you're looking at cars.
True. Very good point. It serves as a babysitter.
Yeah.
All right. So thanks to the Zott Ford family. We definitely appreciate it and welcome them to the show. Hopefully, if you're in the market for a car, you'll give them a chance. With that, we'll call it the end of a Thursday show for the Detroit Cast. We'll see you guys tomorrow with an all-new Friday edition of the Detroit Cast.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening, And as always, thank you, Detroit.